This week at Warner Bros. Movie World, the park transforms in preparation for the upcoming Superheroes and Supervillains event. Hello everyone, welcome back to the YumYum Report, bringing you bite-sized updates from Australian theme parks, as well as occasional updates from theme parks around the world. Before we start, I'd like to give a quick thank you to Team YumYum for supporting my content. Thank you so much. This week we had an extremely brief visit to Warner Bros. Movie World. We were only there for about 40 minutes or so. We got there in the afternoon just before things were closing up, and we were having a quick peek at how the park looks before the upcoming Superheroes and Supervillains event. And the park's taken on a really cool appearance with all the classic decorations that usually appear during the event, such as the carpet at the entrance, the signs, and of course the Joker statue, which replaces the Bugs Bunny statue on the fountain, which looks really cool. And the rest of the park is set up really nicely, mainly around the Main Street area, where there's all kinds of bunting and ribbons and things hanging from strings across the buildings. And I really like how this looks. It's got the nice purple and green color scheme. This year there's also the addition of some cool artwork pieces around the Main Street area, which depict iconic DC heroes and villains characters. And I'm a big fan of this edition for this year. I think it looks really nice, and it's a cool photo opportunity for people to take pictures in front of. Speaking of taking photos, there's also a new photo opportunity this year in front of the Rick's American Diner, and this is the Joker's Funhouse photo opportunity, which I really like. I think it looks awesome, and of course this is where you'll be able to take pictures with the Joker and Harley Quinn, and I was a big fan of this little monkey on the barrel. There's also a fun taxi photo opportunity by the bank, and the Joker's poisonous gas or poisonous liquid display in the alleyway between the Roxy Theatre and the cafe. There's also lots of graffiti around the park, clearly left by the Joker, and it's cool that they add all these little details to the event, which kind of builds a kind of storyline and vibe for the park. There are also a few additional food and drink options available around the park, such as the Batman Burger at the Gotham City Burger Restaurant, which I tried last year and it was actually really nice. I believe it came with a complimentary Batman mask as well, which was a fun little addition. It is one of my favorite times of year to visit the park outside of Hooray for Hollywood. It's a lot of fun seeing all the iconic heroes and villains around the park, and this year they've increased the roster, and we're seeing the addition of some new heroes and villains, including Lex Luthor from Superman, Black Canary, and Crypto, Superman's dog. It's a lot of fun because these characters will be roaming around the park and you'll be able to have meet and greets, take photos, and have cool interactions. And they also appear in shows throughout the day, which are an absolute highlight. And of course in the parade at the end of the day, which is the most exciting part of the day. It's an amazing parade that takes place a little later than the usual one, towards the end of the day when it's starting to get a bit darker, and they usually put on some fog effects and some extra lighting, and the parade is much longer and much larger with all the heroes and villains characters that are exclusive for the event. There's some really cool moments that take place, including when Batman comes out and ziplines down Main Street. And a couple of years ago they also had a very intricate fight scene which took place in the middle of the parade, which was my favorite year for the DC Superheroes and Supervillains event, and I hope that they make a return for this scene during the parade this year. I think that would be really cool. Outside of the Superheroes and Supervillains changes this week at Warner Bros. Movie World, there wasn't really much going on. We did have a look around the rest of the park, starting off at the back end where the Wild West Falls is still down for maintenance, which has been extended for a bit longer. Scooby-Doo Spooky Coaster is still sitting dormant, and there's no signs of progress on that. And it appeared that Superman Escape was also down today, which is strange. I wonder if it's down for maintenance at the moment, or if it's going to be open for the Heroes and Villains event. That brings me to the end of this episode of the YumYum Report from Movie World. It was a very short visit this week, like I said, but I'm very excited to visit the park next week when the Heroes and Villains event takes place. And I will be covering my visit in a video, as well as sharing videos of the shows and parade that take place throughout the day. So stay tuned for that. And if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to leave a like, a friendly comment, or subscribe for more. And before we finish, I'd like to wrap things up by giving a very special thank you to Team YumYum for supporting my content. A very special thank you to Koala75, Lee Donald, SWStevie1, Randall, Maloney's Coasters, Carrie Jecken, Kai on the Internet, Audrey Allen, Oogie Boogie, Theme Park Ogre, Jordan Casey, Germ, Senpai's JP Blue Dog, Medic Brick, Movies Like Everyone, and Johnny Boy 175. Thank you so much everyone for your very kind and generous support, which really means a lot to me. I know I say it every time, but it does make me happy that you enjoy my videos enough to support the channel in this way. And for anyone who would like to become a channel member, you're more than welcome to do so. This will give you access to new videos early. You also get a special shout out and thanks at the end of my videos, a YumYum sticker next to your username, some emojis to use in the comments and chat, and last but not least, you'll also get a special custom hand-drawn illustration by me to suit your very needs and requirements. And for anyone who would like to support the channel in an additional way, you can also become a Team YumYum sponsor for a slightly extra cost per month. As well as the perks included in the membership, you'll also get a special animation along with your character. I will animate your character doing a little dance, and that will appear on screen and will be very fun, very silly and very cute. But if you're not in a position to support the channel by becoming a Team YumYum member or a sponsor, you can also leave your support by leaving a like, a friendly comment, or subscribing for more. Thank you so much again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.